Welcome to From the Gallery. I'm your host, Lori Neuenfeldt, Gallery Director in the Department of Art. Today, I'm going to be talking with two graphic design students about their final senior year here at Mississippi State University. First up is Katie Erickson. Hi, Katie. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
So you just finished up your final semester at Mississippi State. It must feel really good.
Yeah, it's been fun, but I'm ready to do something new.
And you've worked really hard here as a student on a lot of assignments, and your concentration in the Department of Art is graphic design, correct?
Yes.
So what did you love most about graphic design, working with the classes and the professors?
Well, I like to think that Mississippi State is sort of a hidden gem for a graphic design program, and we get to kind of dabble in painting in different areas of art, which is unique for a design program because you can kind of incorporate all your skills. Yeah.
That's really great. So let's go ahead and look at some of the work that you produced here as a student, right? And maybe you can tell us if this was an assignment, what the purpose of the assignment was and the work. So
cool.
I guess, we'll look at the first image that you've sent here. What is this for?
So throughout my time here at State, I was a part of Music Makers Productions, which is a student-run production organization. And so I took that opportunity to rebrand a music festival that they do every spring. And so it's normally called Old Main Music Festival, but I decided to change the name and add a few things to the festival, such as a marathon. And so I made posters, videos, banners, social media posts, all sorts of things just to make it a full 360 campaign for this particular festival.
And you staged all of the photos that go with this campaign?
Well, we actually had Old Main Music Festival. That was a real event, and so I just took that opportunity to get my own photographs while it was in action and made it kind of look real, even though it wasn't particularly my music festival.
So you're really thinking about telling that story, and then how do you convey that? When we think of a graphic design student, they're really focusing on a final portfolio to show that they can think of telling and rebranding in a visual way, right?
And like all sides of a campaign is really unique.
Yeah, great. And you sent another image with some more samples, is that right?
Yeah, This is the next image. So yeah, there was all kinds of activities throughout the day, and like yoga, and from the previous slide you saw like a mechanical bull and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then national band St. Paul and the Broken Bones came and sang to close out the night. So
wow.
It was a full day of music and activities, art market from local artists and all kinds of stuff. So
you had to pick colors, you had to pick font, and did you design that font, or did you have to find that? How does that work?
It was based off of a font, but I kind of took it out of the computer and cut it up and rearranged it to make it kind of this funky thing that correlated with the music style that I knew would be coming to the festival, which is an alternative rock sort of genre.
And you mentioned how important music is to your design work, and this goal of one day getting that job or having a career that incorporates both design.
I think being on Music Makers allowed me to figure out that that's like something that I want to pursue within the design world. And I take a lot of pictures. I'm big into photography as well, so that would be ideally it would be something where I could use all of those skills in one career path.
And so the last group of images that I want to share with the audience shows some of the experiences you've had here as a student at Mississippi State. Some of you, I guess the most memorable and your favorite.
Yeah.
And I love this one. What is this, skydiving?
So I'm a pretty adventurous person. So this last summer I went on a road trip and ended up going skydiving in Yosemite. And then the next image on the top right is me hiking in the Havasu Falls in Arizona, which is a Indian tribe anyway, so you hike like 10 miles in. And then the bottom right image is me studying abroad in Italy with the Mississippi State art program. We took two professors, Brent Funderburk and Jamie Mixon, took 14 students to Italy to study abroad for 5 weeks, and that was the summer of 2016. And so we had 2 different classes that we got credit for school, and I just got to experience Italy and travel around, and that changed my life pretty much because it gave me the confidence to travel, and ended up going to New York the next summer after that to intern for Johnson & Johnson, which also had a huge impact on my life and kind of the standard that I've set for myself to move forward for my future career path. as a designer.
That's great. So you started taking yourself very seriously early on. And,
Yeah, I tried to at least.
The world has an impact, and it's great to hear those stories. Here you're at Mississippi State University, but you're thinking globally, and how design works globally.
Yeah, for sure.
Is really important. So if people want to see more of your work, it's howdyitskatie.com.
Yep, that's me. Yeah. Whenever I answer the phone, I usually say, "Howdy, it's Katie." And so I wanted to kind of incorporate my personality into the way I brand myself for this semester. So yeah, look me up.
Well, thank you so much for being here, and good luck, and congratulations on your graduation.
Oh, thank you so much.
To hear more from you.
It's an honor to be here.
Future.
So thank you so much.
Thanks, Katie. And we'll be right back with Gerald Wicks.
You know the scene in those popular TV crime shows when the investigators show up? The one where they scratch their heads while trying to figure out who committed the homicide and when? At Mississippi State University, we're solving mysteries behind real-life crime scenes with forensic research that's a first of its kind. Teaming with microbiologists from around the country, we're examining microscopic bacteria that can help solve real murders. So far, our partnership with a major metropolitan medical examiner is yielding results with more than 200 real-life crime samples analyzed. We're learning how microbiomes change and relocate, uncovering evidence in criminal investigations by better pinpointing time of death. Way more exciting than being a TV detective. We're finding crucial answers when they're needed most. Solving mysteries with science, that's worth watching. If you want to have a big impact in the world, you have to start small. At Mississippi State University, we're starting in the Gulf of Mexico, where a small but crucial barrier island is quickly fading from view. Millions of state dollars are spent dredging sand to replace the vanishing shores of Deer Island, but we think we can do better. We're applying cutting-edge sediment tracers to map the flow of currents and predict the course of sand that's carried out to sea, a process that will help us better understand the drastic transformation taking place. While this is a more cost-effective way to prevent the loss of an island, it's about so much more than saving dollars. It's about taking the first step in a long process to preserve our environment and secure a better, brighter tomorrow. We might be starting small, but rest assured, at Mississippi State University, we're dreaming big.
Hi, and welcome back to From the Gallery. Today I'm talking with two seniors from graphic design here at Mississippi State University, and I'm now going to talk to Gerald Wicks. Hi, Gerald.
Hey, how are you doing?
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And congratulations to you too. You're also graduating this semester.
Yes, ma'am.
And on to really great adventures.
Hope so.
Yeah, but we're going to talk a little bit about some of your work here at Mississippi State as a student, right? So you also focused in graphic design.
Yes,
how did you enjoy the program here?
I love the program.
Yeah.
I actually started out in architecture school, so switching to graphic design was one of the best moves for me personally, and I've just enjoyed my time so much here, and I've been able to really really hone all of the skills that I need to further my career, and I just love the program.
And it seemed I always ran into you were always very involved, and I spoke with Katie earlier, and she also is involved here at Mississippi State. Would you definitely recommend that to students to, you have this passion, but to definitely explore and sort of overlap that passion? I think I saw you in technology lab working, and definitely I had you in art history, and I will always remember how enthusiastic you were researching some of those objects in our archaeology museum.
Yeah, that's really fun.
So yes, I also will always have great memories of you here at State. But let's look at some of your work, your design work as a student, so that I can show off your talent as well. Okay. Let's see. You sent us some images of, I guess this is posters, right, in a book. So tell us about this.
So this was an ad campaign for Slip Cup, which are these inserts that you put into a beer pong cup so that the ball doesn't get all the dirt and stuff.
Stays hygienic. Nice.
And so my idea behind this was to play without fear. And so these are two guys who play beer pong in the craziest locations, and they don't have any fear. They're fearless. And so so I have them in the middle of a sea of sharks, and then on the edge of a crumbling cliff, and then in a haunted house. And then along with that, we did these non-print ads, which I decided to do a phobia book that has a list and illustrations that I did of different phobias that you may have or didn't know that you had.
So when you're given these assignments by your professors, they give you real world clients, right? And do they give you a list to choose from, or are you sort of you're directing your own, I guess, illustrations?
Yes, ma'am. So for
Wow.
this, I got on SharkTank.com and just found a brand that I really kind of enjoyed and I thought would be fun to do, and so that's how we pick them, and that's how we usually do all of our assignments, is just pick a brand and then
you're coming up with the campaign and the design work. Wow, that's I'd say pretty unique, pretty special. Mississippi State is providing with that opportunity.
Yes, ma'am.
So the second campaign is the Tropicana campaign that you designed for. So again, a real world client, and then you're sort of posed with this idea of creating beautiful imagery. I love, and of course the art historian in me loves the art historical references. So tell us about this project.
So Tropicana is pure juice. It's made from 100% pure juice, and when I think of pure, I think of like holy and divine. And so I've decided to represent Tropicana as these holy beings, and just representing them in different ways that religious deities were shown. So you have the painting, you have a shrine, and then you have like stained glass windows. And then along with that, I did a commercial, and it tells a story of Tropicana witnesses who go door to door and ask people if they want to bring healthy into their life.
That's great.
So we can do basically anything that we want with those, with the add-on. And so I took that opportunity. I'm in a visual storytelling class, and so and that's where we make commercials. So I want to use that and use that in this ad project.
So you're enjoying a lot of the assignments as well, bringing your unique flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so the last group of images we want to show is some of your favorite memories, best moments. I was like the greatest hits of Gerald here at Mississippi State, right? And so tell us what's going on in these images.
So this summer I had the amazing opportunity to intern at Johnson & Johnson in New York. And that was, like Katie was saying, it was one of the most life-changing moments for me. And so I spent 3 months there, and that picture is me when I first got there, the first picture, and then it's the group of us. There were 16 other interns from all around.
Wow.
And then music is another big part of my life, and I love making music. So being in New York, I was able to go to studios and really do that, and that was really fun. And then here's some group shots of the other interns, and then we went to the Johnson & Johnson headquarters and visited that. So.
And you're going back to Johnson & Johnson, correct?
I started on January 14th.
Congratulations! So you'll be up there in New York,
yes, ma'am,
making some good connections, good friends,
yes,
right? So we're very proud of you, and very proud of Eric, Kitty Erickson. I'm just amazed at what you've been able to achieve.
Thank you so much.
So I want to thank you for being here,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us here on From the Gallery, and we hope to see you next time. Thanks.